Multiple suicide bombers have attacked a Pakistan Air Force base in Marianwali in Punjab. At least 9 terrorists were killed in the retaliatory firing. The Pakistani Air Force said a group of heavily armed men launched an early morning assault, leading to an exchange of gunfire. Confirming the attack, the PF said that they foiled the attack before the terrorists could enter the airbase. The responsibility for the attack has been claimed by the Pakistan-based terrorist group there-e-jihad, Pakistan. The attack comes hours after a major attack that killed at least 14 soldiers in Gwadar district. 2 vehicles of security forces moving from Pasni to Ormara in Gwadar district were ambushed by the terrorists. Joining us at this point is Ambassador Bhashpati Mukherjee, former diplomat. We also have Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, former Chief Spokesperson, Indian Air Force, joining us live. Major General A.K. Sivaj, former Head of Territorial Army, joins us live. Sumit Peer, political commentator, is also live with us on the program. Let me make a start with you, Ambassador Mukherjee. Are these fresh signs of the implosion of Pakistan? What do you make of these latest developments?
As you rightly say, Uday, it is a sign that there is something very wrong in the body politic of Pakistan. It is also a reaction to the efforts by Pakistan to push back Afghans who have been living in Pakistan for decades, push them back against their wishes over the Durand line, which has not been recognized by the Pathans on either side of the border. It's also an effort, perhaps, by the Taliban to assert that Pakistan needs to discuss and negotiate with them before they take further measures, and that they still have the ability to cause damage within the body politic of Pakistan, within the Pakistan deep state, inside an air base that is heavily guarded, etc., etc. This is signaling being done by the Afghan terrorist groups operating within Pakistan, whom Pakistan has thought they would use against India, who have turned against Pakistan. And it's also a clear and glaring example that Pakistan's effort to think that they can use Afghanistan as strategic space against India, which was what their dream was when they installed the Taliban regime in Afghanistan, has gone badly wrong. And that strategic space, in fact, is being used by Taliban to damage Pakistani assets, military air force assets within Pakistan, thereby also demonstrating that if an enemy wants, and they regard us as the enemy, we too can take out their assets without any difficulty at all. If a terrorist group can take out assets, why cannot the Indian Air Force take out their assets? So this is signaling being done by the Taliban, very effective signaling, and we have to watch and wait and see how the drama at the border also plays out, because there are thousands and thousands of displaced Afghans who are living in Pakistan for decades at the border. There is complete chaos on the other side, on the Afghan side. There is shortage of food, there is shortage of water. It's being played down by the Western media, which is trying to play up what's happening in Israel and Palestine and Gaza Strip. But in a matter of days, when the situation worsens, the attention of the Western media too will have to get focused on a worsening humanitarian crisis on the Afghan-Pakistan border. Uday.
Yes, also, as far as this particular airbase is concerned, Wing Commander Bakshi, tell us more about it. Is it a key airbase in Marianwali in Punjab, which has been attacked?
Thank you, Uday, for having me on the program. Yes, Marianwali is a key base where they trained pilots to get operational. In fact, the operational tactics are also developed here and other bases also. But here is the key aspects of the advanced combat is also developed. And not only that, the pilots are made fully operational in Marianwali. Marianwali is a total base where all aircraft are there of combat aircraft, leading combat aircraft, and also there are associated air defense equipment, which is missiles are also there, the control of missiles. I'm not talking of SAM missiles, but I'm talking of surface missiles are also being controlled from this area. But Marianwali will remain a key base for years to come, there's no doubt about it. But the question is that these bases have always been a target. It's nothing new. Pakistan air bases and military bases have been targeted by the terrorists, which they have brought up, very diligently to be used against others. It's like scorpions and snakes, which you create, which you run, you bring up for your own business, keep biting you once in a while, and that is the example. But let me also tell you, there is a very deep faction radicalization has taken place of the armed forces. That is why it is so easy for them now to attack the bases. And this is what you saw, the Corps Commander House, the number of people who attacked the Corps Commander House during the fall of the Prime Minister. This aspect you will see now, and the factions, of course, airbase, the Air Force, the faction radicalization is far lesser than the army. There's no doubt about it. But this is where you will see that more and more this problem will keep arising. Pakistan armed forces morale is not very high. There is a deep resentment on various policies with the officers and as a ministry, and that also is showing up. The security, lapses in security, this is a total lapse in security. You can't put a ladder and climb inside. This is what has happened in this base. And they went in and destroyed 4 fighter aircraft, the number of other vehicles, as well as the fuel refuelers, etc. And also they were heading towards the armament section. That is not known whether what damage they have done to armament section or not. But that shows that there was a very well organized movement from within the airbase. It is not suddenly they've crept from somewhere and parachuted down. No. This is an internal matter of Pakistan. It shows how the Pakistan machinery is collapsing. The military machinery is collapsing, and politicization of armed forces is taking place. And this is the prime example of what happened. And this is not going to be limited to this incident. You will find a lot of incidents have happened earlier, which we probably didn't notice, and will keep happening in the times to come. And this also teaches us a lesson that we have to now not, relax that Pakistan is under trouble. No, these same people can do the same thing to us. And that is why Pakistan will now try to divert. And countries are friendly to Pakistan will make sure that the foreign elements now start infiltrating in India also. The repercussions are going to be cross-border. It is not a simple attack on an airbase. Yes, Colombo was also attacked by the terrorists, and they wrote off the entire Colombo airfield, including 7 fighters there also. So this aspect, if the team is dedicated, terrorists, well-trained, good information and intelligence, they can actually overcome anything. Here they got hold of the intelligence, here they got hold of the command and control, and the religious elements which are in the base.
Absolutely. Let me quickly take that across to Major General Sivaj. Major General Sivaj, it exposes, though, the Pakistan Air Force and the Pakistan military. The way this attack has happened, the way this infiltration has been carried out?
Very correct. Uday, one is reminded of the statement which was given by Hillary Clinton in 2013 when she was the Secretary of State and visited Pakistan, that if you have snakes in your courtyard and you think it will only bite the neighbor, one day they will bite you. I think that time has come in Pakistan that the terrorism is in the full swing and the international terrorism is on the increase. Now, as far as the terrorists are concerned, this is the 5th terrorist attack in last 2 months. More than 34 Pakistani soldiers have been killed. Now, as far as this attack is concerned, it shows that Pakistan airbase Marianwali, which is basically a training airbase, can be also attacked. And the terrorists managed to enter there, and they have destroyed, as Wing Commander Praful Bakshi was telling, 3 to 4 aircraft which were parked, and also certain other assets. So therefore, it shows that Pakistan is very vulnerable and terrorism is on the increase. This Jamaat-e-Tehreek-e-Pakistan is a new terrorist organization. Possibly it is a blueprint of Tehreek-e-Taliban-Pakistan itself. Now, remember what is happening, the churning effect which is taking place in Pakistan is basically due to the relationship of Pakistan with Afghanistan. And once the Taliban came into power on 15th August 21, the happiness which was shown by the Pakistani that now they will able to take a strategic depth and the Indians will not able to operate, that was short-lived. The relationship are today on the lowest ebb. As far as Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is concerned, the Pashtuns do not want to stay with Pakistan. They want to join Afghanistan. They want to create Sharia law. Pakistan is now trying to send those illegal migrants, so-called illegal migrants, which have been staying for 40 to 50 years there, back to Afghanistan. So the relationship is so bad that Pakistan is being attacked by the terrorist organization which have got a basis in Afghanistan. Taliban-Pakistan is also very close to Afghanistan Taliban, and they are operating from the basis there. And it is not only these, Al-Qaeda as well as Islamic State also operating. No, what is happening as far as Pakistan is concerned, the terrorism is in full swing. And this is also cause of concern for India, as we are trying to bring out, is this terrorism only going to affect Pakistan? We have also a cause of concern because there are 10,000 Lashkar-e-Toba jaise Mohammed terrorists which are armed with American weapons which were left behind by America in Afghanistan. They are sitting in training areas in POJK and they can be always diverted toward India. It is only a different thing that our counter-infiltration gate is so strong that they are not able to enter. So the point today is Pakistan is a victim of a terrorism which they created for others. Today, they are only experiencing that medicine, that the one which they thought will create problem for India, for Iran, for other country. Today, all these snakes are biting Pakistan. And therefore, the Pakistan is also in a state where it can break into 4 pieces. One, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan, then Sindh and Punjab and POJK and Gilgit-Baltistan can join India. And what is happening in Balochistan is again another cause of concern. The Balochistan Liberation Army is becoming so strong that they are not letting China-Pakistan economic corridor now to further be made. And the Chinese are very much scared about it. And Chinese want to have some sort of negotiation directly with Balochistan Liberation Army so that the China-Pakistan economic corridor and Gwadar port can operate. But it doesn't seem to be. So overall, one can say Pakistan is in turmoil. It is not only the economic and political chaos, it is also the terrorism is at the full swing in Pakistan. Uday.
Yes, and you know, these are once again signs of Pakistan's implosion. These are once again signs that there are multiple groups like the TTP, now like the TJP as well, Sumit, which obviously want to attack Pakistan continuously.
Uday, thank you for having me on your show. I would like to begin with Iman Taqwa Jihad Fizibillah. This is not what I am saying. This is what the Pakistan army says. We believe in the Allah and will do jihad in the name of Allah. And this is exactly what the terrorists are doing. They also believe in the Allah and they are also doing the jihad in the name of Allah. Now, whose jihad is, who is doing that is what we have to really talk and contemplate about. Today, it is tyranny that a group of terrorists enters a airbase, destroys, according to sources, more than 5 fighter jets. And incidentally, if you look at the ISPR press release, they say they were grounded. My intel tells me it's a J-10, the J-10C, which they latestly got from China. So if the Pakistan ISPR is now admitting that J-10C is already grounded, I don't know. I knew about JF-17, which I call Jung Fighter Under 18. They were grounded. An air refueler, a couple of helicopters, and the best part is they are still not able to flush out all the terrorists. First, ISPR says they killed 3. By the evening, they say they killed 9. But the situation remains, they are still combing the base. And the reality is, Uday, these terrorists have taken, these SSG commandos as hostage. Now the question is, who is going to protect the airbase? Your SSG, your elite commandos are hostage to the terrorists. And this There-e-Jihad Pakistan is nobody, but it's an affiliate of Taliban-Pakistan. They are a shadow wing of Taliban-Pakistan. And incidentally, by today evening, when I was tracking Uday, there is a tender which is out by Pakistani Air Force. They are saying that we want to enhance our base. Kindly send your envelope. Kindly send your tender in a sealed envelope within 24 hours. Now, Pakistan is looking to enhance its bases. Now, the challenge here is that terrorists are acting at will, terrorists are striking at will. I remember a couple of days back, me and Basmati Man were on the panel, and we warned them this. We say, if you try to push out Afghans, you will have retaliation coming your doorway. I even told them, if you push it too hard, you will lose KPK entirely. You will see your Dorian line getting active, you will see your air bases being attacked, and that is exactly what happened. Because if you are trying to push 1.7 million Afghans and render them homeless, Taliban-Pakistan, who is an affiliate of Taliban, who is an affiliate of Afghani Taliban, and this there-e-jihad is their chota bhai. Now they have all got together and they know where to hit them hard. Now imagine where your squadrons are almost grounded. If 5 to 7 planes are gone, couple of helicopters are gone, and your SSG commandos are hosted, and still ISPR says, we have foiled attempt. If this is a foiled attempt, then what is a successful attempt? Kindly let us know. When our air bases get attacked by jihadis, they say they are freedom fighters. I want to question Pakistan. Are these freedom fighters or terrorists? So you cannot have two distinctions here. The challenge is, even yesterday, 15 Pakistani soldiers were martyred by Baloch army. Every day people are getting killed. I think in this year the number is more than 300, what I know, 324 or something like that. With these things happening, what have the Taliban put, Taliban and Taliban have put? All your assets are vulnerable. We can act at will. And what I think Bakshi Saab made a very important point. You can put a CD and a ladder and get into airbase. That is the quantum of security we are talking. That is what Pakistan is about. It is jihad versus jihad. Whose jihad is now on the right side that the world has to see and contemplate. Because if you ask these terrorists, they are saying we are doing jihad. If you ask Pakistan army, taqwa, iman, jihad, fizibillah, we are also doing jihad. Now, whose jihad is superseding whose jihad? That is the tyranny. And it is the war of the unequals, wherein these people with small arms and armaments can whack through Pakistani defense. They can take SSG commandos as hostage. They can act at will. They can cause such a catastrophic damage. Imagine if there are 10, 15 of them and they can, dismantle a few planes, and ISPR, shamelessly says it's a failed attack. I want to ask them, you want a nuclear bomb to go up, you want a complete airbase to be blown, and after 12 hours or 14 hours, you're still saying we are sanitizing. What about your SSG commandos who are deployed? Where are they? Are they killed? Are they in captivity? This is the question nobody is answering. And let me tell you, ISPR has given diktat to Pakistani media, all the Pakistani YouTubers. Do not talk anything on this. Just anything you talk has to be validated for us. This is a big humiliation for the Pakistan Air Force or the Pakistan Army. Now, the stature of Pakistan Army is a handful of jihadis can come and burn your fighter planes. Where in the world does this happen? But this is Pakistan, because the jihadis are in fact more than the number of the army today. If you go by the logic, what is the size of army? 5 lakh, 5 lakhs. How many jihadis roam in Pakistan? Maybe 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. So jihadi to army ratios increase substantially, and their firepower is equally good. Even yesterday, when this incident in Balochistan happened, they said the weapons were given by a hostile intelligence agency. They're trying to pin blame on us, but they don't know they have a lot of hostilities with Iran. Iran doesn't like them. Iran has hostilities with them. China doesn't like them. America doesn't like them. Why did Americans leave so many weapons? For whom? They exactly left for these gentlemen who walked into an airbase and burn a couple of planes and destroy a complete airbase. And if this is a small incident, if this is a failed incident, then ISPR, jo bhi general in charge, he should go to the nearest well and drown himself. That is what I want to say. Uday, this is a repercussion of when you are trying to push Afghans, when you are trying to dismantle their houses, when you are trying to use bulldozer to dismantle your houses, when you are trying to prove, look, Hafiz-e-Quran Sayyid of Hafiz Asim Munir Mullah is so powerful that he can really push Afghans from the territory. Me and Basmati, my opinion, you try it. You will get the repercussion within 48 hours. ये तो अभी ट्रेलर है, पिक्चर तो अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त, अभी तो पिक्चर आएगी. Let them try their luck with Afghans. Let them push Afghans. Their whole Pakistan will be burning. This is a snub. This is a thappad on Asim Munir and Nadeem Unjum, who think they are controlling Pakistan and their Pashtaki Fauj can dominate the jihadis. Those days are gone. What happened to your core commander's house and all? Now next your army bases, your military bases, your outposts, everything will be attacked. And there is nothing you can do. You are incompetent, impotent, and useless. That is what the Pakistani army is. If this can happen to your air base, and what jihad, what nuclear bomb have you been talking about? You still are threatening India? Come, wake up, smell a coffee. 10 jihadis enter your airbase and whack the hell out of you, beat the shit out of you, and you are threatening India. Hum jihad karenge, we'll do Ghazwa-e-Hind. Uday, sorry, bad luck. They have to really go back to drawing board and think, do they cease to exist as a nation? Because this nation will explode, in my opinion, by end of this year. These are the first initial signs. Wait and watch. Abhi to aur tamasha hoga, sir. Ji.
And because it's not just, Marianwali, but, we have to couple this together with the incident that also occurred, Ambassador Mukherjee, in Gwadar as well. 14 soldiers killed there. That's another major attack.
Indeed, and I'm grateful to Sumit for recalling that just 48 hours ago, we had pointed out that actually the area where they are pushing so-called Afghans back into Afghanistan, that is Pathan land. Every Pathan wants liberation on their side of the border and across the Durand line, which they have not accepted. Every Pathan family on both sides are fully armed. They are not yet jihadis. If they pick up arms and they decide to oppose the efforts by the Pakistani army to push back mainly Pathans back into Afghanistan, this area will go up into flames, and this little incident in the Air Force base will look like a Christmas story. There is so much more to come, because the point here is that, first of all, Pakistan is acting against international law. It is disobeying its own rules of governance. They had used these people for cheap labor, for work, for making of cheap guns, etc. They are based in Pakistan for decades. They are being pushed back into an uncertain future where they regard the land where they stay in Pakistan and the land across the border in Afghanistan as all part of their land of the Pathans, and they want to liberate it. So I think that there is much, much more to come, and I would agree with Sumit's assessment that the fact that they got in so easily, as I think one of our co-panelists said, that they just climbed the ladder and got in, is not a good indication of how well prepared they are. And a bankrupt state which doesn't have money to pay its own soldiers, how are they equipped to confront a civil war which they are themselves making by trying to push these Afghans across the border? They should first calculate the cost, economic, political, civil, and also ask themselves that will the radicalized Pakistani army, as spoken about by my co-panelists, will they be ready to shoot Pathans who they don't know? Are they Pakistani Pathans or are they Afghan Pathans? They look the same, they wear the same dress, they speak the same language, and they feel that they are being dispossessed of homes where they have lived in for decades, where their parents have been buried in that land. They feel a very great sense of grievance, and when Pathans feel that way, well, the rest of Pakistan better watch out. It is Pathans, when they are angry, they have their own way.
Yes, Sumit. Yes, Sumit.
I think it's an excellent opportunity for, Afghani Taliban. Look, they want to now do trade, they want to build Afghanistan. But today they are landlocked. Why don't they use this opportunity to even take out Karachi? Because if they go on this speed, Pakistan will fall within a couple of days or months. If they get access to the Arabian Ocean, if they get access to the ports, that is the only way for Afghanistan to prosper. Today, being a landlocked country, your options and your avenues are limited. Today, you have to depend on Qatar, you have to depend on Saudis, you have to depend on China, you have to depend on him. Because if you are able to reach the sea, if you are hearing Talibanis, that is your chance to build Afghanistan. And today, it's a golden opportunity. It's the POC. If 10, 12 people can do this to Pakistani Air Force, now you have so many of your people. Why don't you take out the whole land? Why only KPK? Take out the whole Pakistan, pura le lo, and have access to the ports of Pakistan. Then you can do trading. You can do trading with the international world, and that money and all can be used to build the country. Because Pakistan army is only looting and plundering money. Maybe these people are a little bit better than them. They can use some money for development. I see this as an opportunity, Uday, to take Pakistan completely. If this is the POC, Pakistan taking out completely is not difficult. And Mullah Asim Munir literally will be shitting in his pants today. He doesn't know what to do. He's hiding somewhere. And his mouthpiece ISPR is trying to bullshit. Sorry not to use the proper word. That is a failed attack. Sir, if this is a failed attack, what is a successful attack? Where you have seen such a failed attack in the world? मतलब चुल्लू भर पानी में डूब मरो, शर्म नहीं आती तुम्हें? This is what you are, Uday. This is what they are.
Okay. Well, we've run completely out of time, so I'm going to have to leave it at that. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.